You're listening to Unmuted with Papamutes.
And then on top of that, you pay them to watch your film. And then, if your film doesn't get accepted for whatever reason, they give you no excuse why. So you don't really have any basis as far as, well, I need to work on this, or that was off. It's just a simple, nope, you didn't get in. So
Hmm.
to get into 80 film festivals, over 9 films, I think that's quite an accomplishment.
Sure.
So far, we're kind of like at 13% acceptance rate. So that's,
Do you
I
have
think that's
any?
pretty good.
Cool, cool. Do you have any filmmakers slash directors that you admire that would be recognizable names?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of them. I will start
Besides
with
Francis.
Francis. Yeah, well, Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood. Let's see. I love Christopher Nolan's work. I think Boots Riley is. I think he's a great up and coming filmmaker. I love Catherine Bigelow. Um,
Hmm.
I can just go on and on. Spike Lee is an inspiration. Um, even Sylvester Stallone, because a lot of the films that he's done
Dude's got good
are,
nerve. Yeah.
yeah, they are box office successes. So you really, I know that there's going to be film snobs. There's like, Sylvester Stallone, come on, but the
That guy.
object is to make a film that is going to make money, and
Hmm.
that's
And
something
that's
that I
what he
really
does.
admire. Yeah,
That's what he does.
yeah, he's a
Um,
money machine.
yeah, a great documentary on him. If you have Netflix, Sly. Have you seen that? It's called
I haven't seen
Sly.
that.
I mean, that
Yeah,
guy,
I'll have to check that out.
huge fan. I mean, just excuse the language, balls. Just had balls when he was
Yeah.
younger, and kept having them. Anyway, is there any line of work that you would, outside of film and cameras and stuff, that you would, I don't know, want to try, besides being a professional athlete or something, or it's something
Uh,
within striking distance.
yeah. So right now, because every filmmaker has their day job, and my day job is,
Power caller.
yeah, it's that, and then I also do a lot of grant writing. So that gives me uh, valuable insight as far as what people are looking for, what people will fund, etc. So
Hmm. Sure.
um, I've raised about $2 million in the past year and a half for an organization, and I'm hoping to get a lot more for that. So
Wow.
it really increases my ability to raise funds, and then I can turn and do that for myself.
Now, is there any? Maybe we touched on this and I didn't hear, but any family members involved when you were younger that was involved with film or entertainment or anything?
No. What's interesting is everyone else in my family has, they're not really creative at all. So I'm for whatever reason, I'm the only person that got that
Someone's
gene
got to
of
do it.
creativity. Yeah. So it's really because my brother is a principal. My father is a truck driver, and my mother was, she worked at AT&T. So those are all pretty straightforward jobs. So it was really interesting that, when I was coming up, I always drew and was into things that had like, artistic expression. And that was something that I was just really always drawn to. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. So, any advice for? I mean, we kind of gave some advice, but just up and come. Besides talent, obviously you got to have talent. I mean, you could be taught it, but someone wants to do films, they have talent. But what advice? What do you need besides talent to really make a film that can get into a festival, etc.?
Um, I think you need to have a good idea. I think, when you're doing like well, let's just say short film, you want to do an idea that is a simple idea. It's like a high concept idea that I could like explain it to you in a sentence or two, and then you would understand it. Anything beyond that, you really want to try to rework it so that you kind of pare down the elements where it's not so complicated. Then outside of that, I think you just want to have just good production value. So hire the best talent that you can. Don't get your roommate that doesn't know how to act and expect him to, have this like award-winning performance. Really take the time to invest in someone that understands the art of acting and then will take good direction from you. And then this is important, but you want to film it on a decent camera. And a lot of days you can use your iPhone because they have great
Unbelievable,
resolution.
right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But what's probably most important, aside from the production value, the actors, etc., is you want to have really good sound because people will watch a film that has a bad image, but they will not watch a film that has bad sound.
True, true. I mean, yeah, that's great advice. I had a question. It just went through my brain, and then now it's gone. Oh well, it happens. um,
I'll come back to
yeah.
you.
No, what the heck? Oh God. Anyway. Oh, and you have to be able to raise money. I mean, you know,
That's
that seems to be a part of it.
unfortunately.
Unless someone in the family has deep pockets, or you have to be able to go get the money in a professional way.
Yeah. And in some cases, I guess you don't need a lot of money. I remember my first three films. The first film, I spent money on it, but I didn't have like a dedicated budget. So, it was like, buy a pizza here for the actors,
Hmm.
a lot of the props we made out of cardboard and things of that nature. So, um, you can if you have a simple enough idea, you can do it on the cheap. I remember one short film we made for $50 in total, and that was mostly the cost of what a pizza would cost. Um, but yeah, you really just want to try to write a story within your means because that's really going to dictate how much money you're going to spend.
And hopefully something unique. I mean, that people will remember. Like, and I hate to keep bringing it up. Sorry to bother you. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to ruin the film, but anyway. So let's step out of bounds a little bit. I have a segment called This or That. This is just a preference thing. I'll give you a couple of choices. You tell me your preference. Okay. This is just to
And I'll
get to
just
know
say this
you.
or that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like for instance, here we go. This or that. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Wow. A lot of people pick
Easy.
pizza. Film or digital? And I'm talking about shooting.
Yeah. I'd shoot on film any day.
You have. I'm assuming you've shot on film and digital.
I've shot on both. I love film. It's just, I don't want to sound like all the purists, but it really creates a superior image. It has a texture that you really can't emulate with digital.
So
So film,
but that bumps up the cost, right? I'm assuming.
that definitely bumps up the cost. But if you are if you know what you're looking for and you know kind of the feel and what you want, then film is always going to give you more options because you can expose the film a different way. You can process it a different way, and it'll make the film look a certain type. So I just think that film is just superior to digital. But I know it's kind of going away. So
Mm, yeah, it's a shame.
I'm not to the point where I can shoot on IMAX like Chris Nolan yet, but
You're
we're gonna
getting
get
there.
there.
You're getting there.
Yeah,
Hit that Powerball.
yeah.
um, Again, this is referring to films in general, fiction or nonfiction.
I'm gonna say nonfiction.
Okay, steak or lobster?
Definitely steak.
Got to go with the meat.